Good evening, Star Wars fans. Whether your favorite Darth Maul is young Ray Park in The Phantom Menace or slightly older Ray Park in Solo, my name is John Edward Lee, and we're here with another universe-expanding books and toys about a specific toy. I was getting a little, not upset, but my whole deal is, Star Wars first, everything else later, and I've been doing some unboxing videos and they haven't really been about Star Wars. I've did some G.I. Joe, I've got X-Men stuff for days ready to go. But I have an opportunity to do an unboxing for Star Wars. And for that, it is the Darth Maul Gaming Greats from GameStop. Special costume, unlockable in the game. This is important to me for a very specific reason. I've stopped doing collecting of stuff from the movies, from the shows, from the animated series, just things like video games, books, and comics, things like that. So I don't have any Darth Mauls right now because everything is from... if they had released this as a Rebels Darth Maul, which they very well could have, I wouldn't be owning this. But they released it as a Gaming Greats version, which means it's from a video game, so I get to collect it. So... actually, it's a pretty good week because also earlier on this week, they're hanging around here somewhere, but I do have Bastilla and Darth Malik from Knights of the Old Republic, but I did an unboxing for the Community of Star Wars Collectors live show that happens every Saturday night because I did an episode about Knights of the Old Republic. But this, I have no restrictions. I can just talk about Maul however I want to, except that it is a restriction because we're talking about Maul specifically from Battlefront 2. I don't care how your experience was when this game came out. People hated on it because you had to purchase crates. They corrected that almost immediately, and I really appreciate it because as soon as they did, it became a richer and richer and richer and richer game. Now it feels like a full game, fully fledged. It's not expensive to play. Very, very fun. So I suggest playing that. Before we get too much further, I want to talk about the elephant in the room, and that's that I'm not wearing a Star Wars shirt. I'm wearing a Red Dwarf shirt. Red Dwarf is my favorite thing ever, even more than Star Wars. And I'm bringing this up because in a couple videos ago, I said my next one's going to be about my Red Dwarf books. And I didn't do it. I'm going to do it. And I wore this just to make sure that I saw myself and went, oh yeah, I got to do that Red Dwarf show. Why? Because most of my audience is American and most of you have never heard of that show. And I feel it's very important to expose you to it. Anyways, back to Darth Maul. So, we've got the Darth Maul from the Battlefront game. If you have a copy of Battlefront and you're like, well, I don't have that skin for Darth Maul, he just looks like the one from Phantom Menace. Well, here's the deal. To unlock this skin, you have to kill 5,000 different characters, enemies, with a dark side character. That's a lot. If you've ever played dark side versus light side in that game, like I maybe get like 5 kills. Maybe I get like 20 if it's a really weak pack, but sometimes I get none. 5,000 is a lot to ask for. So I don't have to do that for him here. He comes completely assembled in his costume and becomes my only 6-inch Darth Maul that I own currently because of the stipulation that it's from a video game. So, first off, I'll open up the little pack. Not too much there. Obviously, it's a double-bladed lightsaber with the broken off, like, semi Inquisitor-looking blade. Now, he had this in Rebels, and he has it in Solo. But, I mean, I really want to know the story behind that, like, really crazy blade. I don't think we've ever seen the origin of that. Of course, as you know, double-bladed, so... is it double-bladed? Have I ever seen this? Well, it's an Inquisitor-looking one, so it has to be double-bladed. Yeah, it's got the hole for it and everything. It came with the 2 blades. That's, like, the most obvious clue you could have. But there it is. Vwing. Now, before I even unleash the figure, I mentioned this is his look from Rebels, not his look from Solo, which would have had the cape and the older look to him, the wrinkled face. I said I didn't have any Darth Maul action figures for Black Series, but I do have this Rebels pack, which I actually showed in the Inquisitor video. And there he is. He's got that lightsaber. This one is a shirtless version of him, which I always appreciate because I love all those tattoos. Who doesn't? Okay, so we got a little mummified Maul in here because that's what they look like to me when they're packaged like this. By the way, if you didn't notice, they are starting to show new action figures in window packaging. Oh my gosh, I knew it was coming, but I'm so excited about that. So it means I'm going to do a lot less unboxing videos because I would rather, if you can see the figure, I'd rather it be in the bag. However, I point out all the time that an inbox collection is always a potential unbox. Let's start that sentence from the beginning because I messed that up. A inbox figure. Oh, this is an outbox figure. An inbox figure is always a potential outbox figure. So I have some things that I've never opened, some things I could open. I mentioned those X-Men figures before, but I also have a Snake Eyes and Timber from G.I. Joe figure that I realized was still in the box, and you can't see them in there, so ooh, those colors popped. So I can do some videos for that. I like these short little unboxing videos. I get to ramble on, and you guys seem to like it. So, let's get him in a strong pose. Yeah, there he is, Darth Maul from Battlefront 2. Rebels look. Pachow! Robot legs. In fact, entire robot underbody. There is the area where he was separated, and that little cummerbund keeps him together. But he has pants over his robot parts up here, but then these really awesome robot legs that I appreciate. They remind me of battle droid legs, but much thicker. So let's put this bad boy together. Leader of Crimson Dawn, ex-Sith Lord. Such a cool guy, taken down by one of the greatest Jedi of all times. So let's get him in a cool little pose. Looking imposing, posing. That's what I do. So here he is, Chow, looking really cool, ready to do battle, ready to try to convince Ezra to join the dark side, or maybe to taunt Lady Tano herself. So that is my unboxing video for Darth Maul. Not even Darth Maul. Does it even say Darth Maul in the package? It does say Darth Maul, but I can tell you right now, at this point, this character is just Maul. He no longer has his Sith title. He is, well, he tries to, but, you know, he is basically a gangster at this point. I really hope that they do show us some of Darth Maul as the leader of Crimson Dawn. If you didn't know, next month, not next month, I think in October, actually, Crimson Climb comes out, which is the story of Kira from the Solo movies, her origin story as far as Crimson Dawn goes. So I expect to see a lot of this guy and Dryden Voss teaching her Terrascasi. Oh man, I am in love with these robot feet. They're just real awesome. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me for a single unboxing of a very important character to me, and from a very important video game to me, and in a very important genre to me, video games in general, to tell us stories from Star Wars that do not appear on a traditional television screen. Video games totally are on a television screen. Unless you're me, because they play on a PC screen instead. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me. I'm John Edward Lee. This has been Universe Expanding Books and Toys. I never say it enough, but I need your support. Please share, like, comment. Please comment. I will always reply to comments. And continue to follow the group. Or follow the subscription. If you don't know, if you're a Star Wars collector, join the community of Star Wars collectors on Facebook, and I will be there every Saturday night doing about a 30 to 45 minute explanation of some sort of Star Wars book, comic, video game, or other things. Thank you so much. Remember that the Force will be with you always.